Like Purdue, it's just an example. Purdue losing to Fresno State is okay. We still win the Big Ten West. Me,
Billy Napier gets fired. I'm just kidding.
hey, really the best time of the year. I will be seated watching the Red Zone for 7 hours on Sunday. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to a new episode of Backyard Banter. Johnny, James, Tanner, biggest weekend. And all college football coming up this weekend. We're going to get right into it. Only one episode this week, obviously Thanksgiving. We're going to be with our families. Great Thanksgiving for me. But Greek Thanksgiving.
What is Greek Thanksgiving?
Anyway, me and my family do Greek Thanksgiving. So instead of turkey, we have traditional Greek foods like lamb chops, moussaka, potatoes in the oven.
Sounds
very
fire.
yummy. Shout out to Annette. The
Sounds
best
fire.
cook out there. But anyway, we're going to get right into our top 25 for this week. We're going to do kind of 2 episodes in one. And, also, subscribe. If you're just watching this at the beginning, subscribe. We're 15 subscribers, around 15 subscribers away from 200. Trying to get there before Christmas, so subscribe if you have not yet. Anyway, top 25. I'm gonna go first. At number 10, I have Arizona. I've been waiting off on the belief on Arizona, but they ran Utah. 42-18. I checked the box score. It was like 28-3 at halftime. Just ran over them. So I got Arizona at 10. 9 out of Mizzou. Should have lost to Florida. Don't want to talk about it. I was in here watching it with these two, and they saw me almost openly weep as Florida gave up.
I think he was weeping.
As Florida gave up a 4th and 17, and Graham Mertz broke his collarbone. 8 Alabama. They're focused on Georgia and Atlanta. Their season. That's basically their season. It's a playoff game. This weekend with Ohio State, Michigan's a playoff game. That's a playoff game. So yeah, that's what I got.
Okay. I'm hoping Louisville's somewhere in there for.
They're 11. Whatever.
That's fine. All right.
I didn't want to show Arizona some love.
Mizzou's in my 10 spot. I think I had them at 10 last week, and I have Louisville at 9. I think Louisville needs some credit because I told Tanner this with Travis going down. They're going. Not going. I'm not going to say they're going to. They have a good chance of winning the ACC. Now they're probably not going to get in, right?
There's zero chance.
They're not going to get in unless a miracle happens. They're not going to get in, but they're good, and they're a good football team that's got some good wins. So they're at 9, and then I have Texas at 8.
Yeah, I love plugging my Wildcats in your top 10.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for me, they're just outside looking in. Probably my 11 team right now. At 10, I'm going to give Louisville some love. I was not expecting them to win that game. They were down for a large
lost the turnover battle too. It was a good game.
It was a good game.
And Miami's a good football.
Miami's good, man. They're better than
they're going to be good next year.
Yeah.
At 9, I got Missouri. They escaped. They somehow, some way escaped.
I don't want to talk about it.
At 8, I got Bama.
Hey, I will always still rap. I will.
That was a tough one, John. I know.
Hey,
But 8, I got Bama. A little bit of a trap game this week. I know Auburn just lost.
They lost to New Mexico State. They paid $1.8 million. Yeah. Oh, shout out to Peppa, my uncle. Went to Auburn. Suck it. They lost.
But still a huge trap game.
We
have an ongoing feud about Auburn and Florida.
Still a big trap game for Bama. It always is in the Iron Bowl, especially at Auburn.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be rough.
Moving into my 7-6-5 for the first time in over a month, I have movement.
Ooh,
at 7, I have Texas, which has been the same. 6, I have Oregon, which has been the same. I'm dropping Florida State down to 5.
Yeah.
Jordan Travis goes down. That's the main issue with them getting dropped down. But they also didn't look that great against North Alabama. So Florida State down to 5 this week for me.
It is really sad because it's hard to look at a team that's 11-0. They've shown sides. They have dudes all over the field, but yeah, Florida State, man. So
if we're gonna say this right now, if Florida State wins out, they're still gonna be in.
Yes.
They're gonna be in. And they deserve to. And we'll see. They're backup quarterback. So they were down 13-0 with Travis right as he got hurt. And so, I mean, credit as much as you want to scoring 58 points with your backup. But we'll see.
So
I hate to see that.
I have Bama at 7. I have them over Texas. Still, whatever. The ration might not make any sense to you, but I just think Bama's a better football team. Florida State slides down to 6. I honestly would kick them out of my top 10, and I'm not saying that because I think they're a bad football team, but
you better be careful, Mama Shields.
No. and I don't know how she's feeling because you lose your star quarterback.
Yeah.
And again, it's at Florida State, so they're going to bring in another 3-4 star, whatever, maybe even a 5-star, who knows? And he's going to be there, and he's going to be fine. And they could win the ACC, but I don't think they have any road to a national championship, especially the way they've played the entire season. So I would drop them lower, but I'll keep them at 6 because they're undefeated. And then I have Oregon at 5.
6-5 Oregon, Bo Nix. He could lock up the Heisman.
I think it could be
this weekend and 2 weekends from now. 5-5 Florida State. It's really tough, right? We talked about. First of all, Jordan Travis is an all-world person, all-world player, and it's just you hate to see it, right? And we'll see. What if it's 2014 Ohio State, where the backup quarterback losing to the Natty? I hope not, but yeah, that would be crazy. But again, Florida State wins out, they'll still be in. I think they still deserve to be in. Interesting to see when the rankings come out today as you're watching this, to see where they're at. 4, Washington went into Corvallis and took care of business in a wet environment with Oregon State. 3, I'm going to go 3-2-1. 3, Ohio State, 2, Michigan, 1, Georgia. Again, Ohio State, Michigan this weekend. And Georgia just continues to roll. Rolled over Tennessee, man. Just rolled over Tennessee.
So I'm going to show some love to Washington now. I've had Oregon over them in the last couple of weeks just because I think Oregon's a better football team. I still think that, but I think Washington, they're good, right? Michael Penix Jr. is good, and I haven't given them any credit, so they're going to slide into my top 4. Just so when they lose to Oregon in the Pac-12 championship, it is what it is. But so Washington at 4, Ohio State at 3, Georgia at 2, Michigan at 1. Michigan, fun fact, 2 safeties, first time in program history.
Long time.
So, or not since like 80s maybe.
Crazy.
So that defense is ready to roll. I tell you what though, Jim Harbaugh, if he's not one of the most beloved guys in Michigan, I don't know, dude. Everyone loves Harbaugh. Did you see what they did before the game started?
All the shirts are wearing.
Like the shirts are wearing, but I'm saying like pre-snap of the first snap, they were all lined up in a line just for him or whatever.
Or he put that in because they still allow him to coach during the week and not on the weekend. All because of a law put in the 90s.
Whatever. So so Michigan at 1, they're the best team in the country.
At 4, I got Washington. Another big win for them. They got Washington State this week in the Apple Cup. At 3, I got Ohio State. 2, I got Michigan. The game.
Yeah,
the game.
Gonna be awesome.
Come on, can't wait for that. And 1, I got Georgia. Georgia's rolling.
Straight to the pick'em. Speaking of the game.
Speaking of the game, we got Ohio State at Michigan. They're going to the Big House. Yeah. This is noon. This is on Fox. This is the game of the year in college football. Me personally, I'm interested to see how Ohio State can run the ball. I think that's a big factor in this game.
Two big time defenses.
Yeah, two good Ds. Pause. 2 good defenses. Can Ohio State run the ball? That's the question for me. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to have a legacy game. Big time players are going to step up in these big games. I think he's the best player on the field, and he's going to go off. Ryan Day is not just coaching to make the Big Ten championship, make the playoff. He might be coaching for his job because you can't lose to Michigan 3 years in a row. You can't do it.
I know, but dude, he doesn't lose other games.
I know.
He's literally hasn't lost to anyone else in the Big Ten besides Michigan.
But Ryan Day's been hearing it, and I think he is going to put up a good game plan. I like the Buckeyes this week. I think they go into Ann Arbor, they get it done. So give me the Buckeyes.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you go.
So the Wolverines here are going to roll. Okay. I was nervous during the Michigan-Penn State game, right? And that was a game that Michigan controlled the entire time, and the score doesn't show it, right? I think it's going to be a little different here. I think Ohio State's defense is very good, but I think Michigan's going to be able to run the ball. I think J.J. McCarthy is going to do just enough to get them to a point where they can consistently run the ball. They'll hand the ball 50 times. They've shown it. They've done it. And I think this Michigan defense is going to be a nightmare for Ohio State. But Marvin Harrison's going to have an opportunity because I think Michigan can stop a run, right? But I think Marvin Harrison could have a legacy game. I don't hate that take at all. I just think Michigan is the best team in the country on both sides of the ball. This game being in Michigan is huge. But I tell you what, I am so excited to watch this game because this game always has so much hype, right? But this year it just seems different, right? It just seems different. Playoff implications, everything like that. So give me the Wolverines here.
It's J.J. McCarthy versus Kyle McCord. You can run the ball as much as you want. This isn't Penn State. This is Ohio State. J.J. McCarthy hasn't thrown a touchdown in 3 weeks. He threw a really bad interception last week against Maryland. Let him get back in the game. Kyle McCord, very silently last 3 games. Over 35 points in the last 3 games. He has 8 touchdowns and 1 interception in those games. Like Tanner said, kind of a put-up game for Ryan Day. Got to have it. Jim Harbaugh's in there, and you can kind of feel that down the stretch against Maryland. That Maryland game was much closer than it should have been. Ohio State will go into Ann Arbor and win. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be a tough one. But Ohio State, quietly, again, I'm going to just say his first name, JT, number one overall recruit, the defensive end, has the opportunity to do what Marvin Harrison does on the defensive side, completely take over the game. And Ohio State's defense has been incredible all year. J.J. McCarthy will not do enough to win. And if for Michigan to win, he's going to have to make plays like he did in last year's game. He's more than capable of doing it. I don't think he will. I think Kyle McCord will outplay J.J. McCarthy and Ohio State will win.
I love it.
Now J.J. McCarthy is going to go 400 yards on 3 touchdowns.
I was going to say, here's the thing. J.J. McCarthy,
here's
the thing. One more thing about J.J. McCarthy. He hasn't had to be an elite quarterback. He hasn't had to because their running back room is disgusting.
But he hasn't even shown flashes of that in the last month, right? I specifically remember the Minnesota game where he was unreal against Minnesota and other teams like that. Against Penn State, rightfully so, they went away from him. They ran at every single play. I watched the majority of that Maryland game. He was terrible.
But is that Penn State run defense? Is it that much worse than Ohio State's run defense?
Michigan is not going to be able to run the ball 27 straight times.
I think they're going to run the ball all down Ryan Day's throat and Ohio State's throat.
J.J. McCarthy's going to have to make a throw to win.
I think it's going to be one of those games where J.J. McCarthy only throws it 15 times, and I agree.
Hey, if they can do that, shout out to Michigan. That's the game plan.
Yep.
Yeah.
We move on.
Next game we got
the Pod's going with Ohio State. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Next game we got Kentucky against Louisville.
Fun one. Still a fun one.
I'm going to start us off here. So I've seen Jeff Brom coach, right? I've seen
win the big one, lose the
the next one coming off emotional win.
It's at Louisville, right?
It's at Louisville. And what Jeff Brom has never been able to do, no matter who's been his defensive coordinator, no matter who's been on his D-line, who's been the linebacker, Jeff Brom teams can't stop the run. And what does Ray Davis and Kentucky do, man? They just run the ball.
Since Florida, they have not ran it well.
Yeah.
But we've seen they're capable.
Absolutely.
So the threat is there. I think Kentucky's going to play them really close. I think this is going to be a scare. I really want to take Kentucky here, but I just can't. Louisville's got 10 wins. They're at home. I think Louisville wins in a close one at home.
Gotta have it.
I love it because I love that take because I think Louisville right now what they're thinking about is the ACC championship. Oh my gosh, not Florida State. We could beat them. Yeah. But this Kentucky game is so sneaky because Kentucky, they're a team that has just shown that they can be elite. They can be a bottom team in the SEC. Like, it doesn't matter. So I like Louisville here, but again, it's going to be a great game, close game. We'll see how they can stop the run because otherwise Kentucky's going to do what they did against Florida.
Yeah, no team has ever been overrated more than Kentucky after the Florida win. They just lost to South Carolina. South Carolina was the worst team in the SEC besides Vanderbilt. I like Louisville here. Devin Leary for Kentucky has been really underwhelming this year. The NC State transfer, just really underwhelming. Ray Davis is going to be, first or second team All SEC, but you can't rely for him to go for 290 like he did against Florida. So now we're going to talk about Florida State. Both quarterbacks are out. It's a primetime game on ESPN. Fowler, Herbstreit on the call for some God-known reason.
It's because you're playing a team that's undefeated and the top 4 in the country.
Yeah, I know, but no quarterbacks. I'm just hating. Again, Florida last week, they very inspired effort. They were down 3 offensive lineman starters, starting quarterback gets hurt, and you're down 10 at that point. You come back and you take the lead. Shout out Billy Napier, but God, that defense, me and my dad were talking, they have 6 dudes that are just uninterested in playing. And 4th and 17, there's no situation where you should ever give that up. And whatever, it's just encouraging to see. But again, me and my mom aren't speaking this week, rivalry week. Florida State. I'm just kidding.
That's not true.
I'm just kidding. I talked to my mom this morning. I love you, Mom. But again, like I said before, this is a very big deal in my family. Growing up, this was always a huge deal. We have a party for it every year. I mean, who do you guys like? Night game in the Swamp, by the way.
Because, if Graham Mertz was playing, I'd clearly pick Florida. But I don't know, who Florida's backup is.
Max Brown.
No idea who he is, right? Because I just don't know Florida ball like that. So... But this game being in the Swamp is crazy, and just from Johnny's stories, it's going to be rocking. And again, I haven't been impressed with Florida State all year long, but at the same time, I've watched way too much Florida and watched way too many times where they just collapse.
They can't play
Johnny
defense.
And I were sitting right next to each other, 4th and 17.
I openly wept on his shoulder.
Can't happen. It cannot happen. So I don't know who to pick here. Honestly, I think Florida has the advantage going at home, but I'm not going to lie, I'm going to pick Florida State to win this game.
I think Florida State rolls here.
Rolls is crazy.
They still have really good receivers. They still have
Coleman can just take
really good D-line.
Yeah.
They're still so good. And I know it's in the swamp, which it's kind of concerning to me to say Florida State rolls, but I just think they roll. I think Florida State comes in, plays well, takes care of business, moving on to the next.
You're able to take that stance.
The swamp was out against Tennessee. This is going to be on Tennessee times 100 against Florida State. I'm telling you, there's just so much hate. Like, I have a bunch of friends that go to Florida State, and the thing I hate most is right after they won last year, I immediately got 20 texts I saw on everyone's Instagram stories.
Hey, you did the same thing.
I would too.
So you can't hate on it.
I'm not hating on it, but it's just, Tanner kind of does it with IU Purdue in basketball. It's that kind of like hate. And this game being in the swamp, I think there's a very limited chance that's a blowout. The Florida State quarterback's making his second career start. I'm pretty sure he started last year against Louisville. But there's very few environments better than a night game in a swamp, especially against Florida State. And being in that environment, Florida ran it for over 260 yards against Missouri, or right around there, over 250 yards. They need to be able to run the ball. Max Brown, the one thing he can do, and he's a runner. He can use his legs to manipulate the pocket and more quarterback design reads. With all that being said, Florida State is going to win. If Graham Mercer's playing, I'd pick Florida. There's just too much limitations with Max Brown. That means Florida doesn't make a bowl, which is crazy. But I think Florida State does just enough because their skill positions are, especially with wide receiver, their wide receivers will dominate Florida's cornerbacks, and I think their defense line will do just enough, especially Florida's O-line is still banged up.
So we all got Florida State.
Yeah.
That means Florida's definitely winning.
I hope so. That'd be crazy. That'd talk. Anyway.
So yeah, Mama Shids, there you go.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you.
Anyway, let's go straight to the NFL. Bears are the first team this year to lose a game after forcing 4 turnovers. I saw a tweet from Tanner at halftime where he was saying the Bears are going to be the first team what was the tweet?
Oh, it was one of the Barstool guys, Barstool Carl, and he was just like, would it be bad if the Bears made the playoffs? And he was kind of joking, I was kind of joking.
No, you were.
I was kind of serious.
I wake up every Sunday. He's like, James, today's the day. In fact, I sat next to him. He was eating his lunch right when I walked in. He's like, James, today starts the day. I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, Bears. If we win, then we put Vikings. And if we win that, we're like 6 and 7. I'm like, Tanner, shut up. Like, we suck.
But no, he was just like, is it bad to make the playoffs?
I knew it was coming. You could just sense it. You could sense it.
I thoroughly.
What, they were up 13, or with 4 minutes left, 12 with 4 minutes left?
4 minutes left.
Can't happen.
Can I just get it out of the way?
Yeah.
I just don't want to talk about it. I'm just so
no
depressed.
field slander will be allowed. Quarterback rating of 105. He had us.
The beautiful thing about this country is I have free speech, and I will slander him if I want to.
No, he had a quarterback rating of 105 and had us up 12 4 minutes to go. I mean, he put us in a position to win. Matt Eberflus, I mean, we've been saying all year. Now we say it even more. Like, he needs fired. He's a goner. Get him out of here.
He was.
But no,
so bad.
And the Bears played they were the better team almost the whole game.
Yeah, turned him over, and Jared Goff got used in shambles. The thing that bothers me is, first of all, I don't even know the receiver's name. He should have caught Justin Fields' deep ball.
Tyler Scott.
Completely misjudged it. It was a good throw by Fields. And somehow, someway, Justin Fields needs to step up in the pocket right there with Hutchinson coming. And then, Wright was his first name, Darnell Wright?
Darnell Wright, yeah.
Got it. Something better. Yeah. Game's on the line.
Which sucks, because he's
been one of your best
really
players,
good.
but just a lack of effort to try to go get that ball.
Yeah.
I mean, he kicked it.
Yeah.
Kicked it. It just can't happen. I
don't think it mattered.
But still, just at least attempt to go get it. Yeah. It looked like he was so depressed. But I mean, Fields did good. Ran it for over 100. There's just still so much inconsistency at times. But I mean, you saw the towel was bloody. He was battling through it. So shout out to him. James, you have something to say?
Tanner and I, we didn't talk much like 20 minutes after the game because we were arguing.
Very quiet.
We were arguing. The ball that you're talking about, that should have been caught, 100%. It was a great throw, and it's got to be caught. But on third down,
I don't like that. You're taking the deep.
You are taking a 35-yard bomb when you're up 12 on a third down.
You're up.
You're up a touchdown. You don't throw the football 35 yards on the field. We didn't need a touchdown. We didn't need a score.
We need a singular first down.
We needed a first down. Again, Justin Fields gave us a total opportunity to win that game. The defense cannot settle and cannot sell the game like they did. Matt Eberflus needs to go. We're playing prevent from like their own 20, and it just pisses me off. So it's the same story week after week. But again, the one complaint I have is Justin Fields. I don't care. He can't throw that football. Tanner disagrees with me, which is fine. I don't like to see a 35-yard shot on 3rd and 6 when all we need is 6 yards. I'm sure there was a tight end that was open in the middle of the hash. Or honestly, go run for it, because on 4th and 1, I bet you the Bears consider going for it, right? So I want to see Justin Fields make a play there. I don't want him to see, again, another thing. If it's the wide receiver 1 or 2 or 3, fine. But wide receiver 6, again, 6 is a little high. He's probably 4. But again, it should have been caught. It was a great ball. I like what I saw to Justin, honestly. But he needs to start being able to make the right play to close out games, and he hasn't shown that yet. But we move on, and it is what it is.
Final closing point to back off your prevent defense. I think like 21 or 22 of the Lions' points were scored in the final minute of the first half. Yeah. And then those final 4 minutes when we were playing prevent defense. It's awful. Matt Eberflus, awful. But as much as I can't believe I'm saying this, kind of a best case scenario. Fields played well. The Bears looked good. We lost late. Draft pick looks better, and the Bears didn't look bad.
And we're still sad.
Sad.
Anyway,
but I want. Do you want to talk about the Bucks?
Not really.
Okay, good. Then we won't. We'll talk about Thanksgiving then, right?
There's still a few other games from the past weekend.
Okay, well, but the Lions are an interesting topic. So
anyway, a few ones. Really bad loss for the Chargers, right, at Lambeau.
Quentin Packers Johnson, are the luckiest team.
Quentin Johnson somehow got to make the play on that ball from Herbert. Will Levis, people was ready to anoint him. I said from the beginning, I watched him too long in Kentucky. It's terrible. He's a rookie, we'll see, but he had 4 touchdowns. I don't even know if he's thrown a touchdown since the opener. How about the Broncos? 4 in a row, where everyone was ready to completely get rid of them. Russell Wilson, shout out to them. The Bucs were down 6 at halftime against the 49ers. They were down 6 at halftime against the Eagles. They were down 7 at halftime against the Lions. Anytime they play a good game, they play a good first half. But yeah, not much to say. 49ers, they look good. They rolled.
100%.
But so Thanksgiving games, always one of the best traditions, having Thanksgiving games. For those of you who do not know, the Lions play every year on Thanksgiving since, the 50s?
Probably.
And so they're always that first game on Thanksgiving. They get the Packers coming in. Jared Goff, his worst game of the year, and they still somehow, some way found a way to win.
I worry for this Lions team. I was big on them to start the year. I still think they're going to win the division, but I think it's pretty clear they're going to win the division, honestly. But I worry that they're not as good as we think they are. I think that defense simply is not as good as that D-line with Hutchinson and everything. He's incredible. He plays, 96% of snaps?
As he should.
Unreal, right? He's a dog. But I don't know, because Jared Goff is a guy that I always talk about doesn't turn over the ball. Yeah. Turned over the ball, he had 3 picks? Yeah. He had 3 picks. That's incredible, especially against the Bears. So I'm nervous for the Lions, but at the same time, they're going to smoke the Packers. But I'm sick and tired of the Packers, truthfully. As a fan of the Bears, we grew up, Packer, whatever. They are the luckiest team ever. I don't care. It is luck, okay? We watched, Red Zone. Austin Eckler fumbles inside their own red zone. Keenan Allen drops a pass that hit him right in the chest for a touchdown.
That was bad.
It is unreal what happens when you are playing against Green Bay.
Yeah, but they also only have 4 wins this year.
It doesn't matter. So. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and their roster sucks.
And now, but now they're talking about Jordan Love. He threw for 300 yards and 2 tuds, and I love it because every time the Packers win, everyone posts on their stories him. You know what?
Not him.
Whatever. But
anyway,
the Lions are overrated. That's just my last.
Another Thanksgiving game: Cowboys Commanders. Commanders lost to Tommy DeVito, who threw for 260 and 3 touchdowns.
Jersey Juice.
Yeah, come on, that was big time. Anyway, the Cowboys, another team that get a Thanksgiving Day game every year, biggest brand in the NFL. They played the Panthers. They're kind of in a struggle there for a little bit, pulled away. CeeDee Lamb, he's turning into one of the most underrated receivers.
He's a dog.
He's already over 1,000 yards for the 3rd straight year. But yeah, the Cowboys should roll here.
I love the Cowboys. Yeah. I mean, I mentioned last week their home win streak. Yeah. It keeps rolling. Yeah. I think they.
Well, they also don't play. They had Carolina on the road. They also don't play real teams. I don't know what their schedule is.
It's unbelievable.
I don't know how they get to play Carolina. I get they don't play a first place schedule because they came 2nd place in the division. But I mean, they've played.
Well, didn't Carolina finish 2nd place in their division last year?
They did. That's what they.
So
played.
that's how it happened.
But it just kind of blows my mind that the only real team they've played is the Eagles.
Yeah. But, and they still played them well.
Yeah, we'll see. They played the Bills coming up here, but last game, 49ers Seahawks. The last game is always kind of Changes every year. I would love to see the Bengals Steelers in this spot. Something about the Steelers on Thanksgiving, just that AFC North gritty night game. But I mean, this is a huge game in the NFC West. The Seahawks just lost to the Rams over the weekend. Just really not a good look for them.
How about quick shout out to Vegas? That line was 1.5 in favor of the Rams, and they won by 1.
Yeah.
That's insane.
They know. Vegas literally knows.
They do know.
And now you got to be careful with ESPN.
Yeah.
Because now ESPN's got their own site.
Yeah.
We're in trouble.
Yeah.
We're in trouble.
But yeah, well, we'll see. The Seahawks, they were leading the division 2 weeks ago, and since then they haven't won.
Yeah.
So I think the 49ers, I mean, Brock Purdy, man, watching him for the first time in a while, just kind of a full game, he just knows where the ball's going.
Yeah.
He gets it out quick. The play design is so good. Their first play design to McCaffrey for a touchdown. They motioned him out like he was going out, and then they ran everyone that way, ran wide open. It's just Kyle Shanahan is an offensive genius, but yeah, 49ers should roll here.
Yeah, I agree. 49ers.
Oh, for 100%. I think it's awesome. Like, Brock Purdy is just reliable, and it's just fun. It's just fun to watch him play.
It is.
All right, my top 5 in the NFL this week. I have 2 teams tied in my 5th spot. I don't know if that's allowed or not,
That's
but
cheated.
I have the Cowboys and Lions tied for 5th.
That's fine.
4, I got the Ravens. 3, I got the Niners. 2 Chiefs, 1 Eagles.
Yeah, they play tonight.
They
as
play
it comes
tonight.
out tomorrow. Yeah, no complaints.
Wow,
We'll see.
you're getting a lot better.
I'm glad
So I'm very proud of you.
Thank God the Steelers suck.
You're
Steelers are the worst team in the NFL.
If they would have won this week, they would have been.
Speaking of tonight, I know you guys already know the final, but I think the Eagles are going to roll.
Yeah, I like the Eagles.
Is that all right?
I like the Chiefs.
I like the Eagles.
Chiefs,
We'll
Eagles,
see.
whatever. And now we have a new segment, right? We might as well spice things up. If you've ever turned on the TV at like 10 o'clock at night or something, you heard of Jeopardy, and that's what we're going to do. So we have 3 categories, 3 prices and whatever, 9 questions total. Categories are NBA, NFL, MLB, $100, $200, $300. If you want to steal, so if Tanner gets it wrong, if you want to steal, all Johnny and I have to do is say banter. First one to say it, May will be our judge to see who gets to steal and whatnot. May will keep track of points, and may the best man win. But I think Johnny gets to go first,
Yeah, I'm first.
Tanner second, and somehow I pulled the last straw. So let's do it.
Jeopardy time. Cue Jeopardy music.
Yeah, what's this song?
Oh, no, that's
Da, 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 da.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm like Aaron Rodgers, by the way, when it comes to Jeopardy.
Give me NBA for 100.
Okay, NBA for 100. Nikola Jokic in the 2022-23 season recorded 29 triple-doubles, which was the most in the league. Who recorded the second most with 14?
Ooh, Luka Doncic. Doncic.
X.
Really?
Banner.
James?
Russell Westbrook.
No.
X.
Banner. LeBron James.
No way.
This is the 100-point question, guys.
Bro.
Domantas Sabonis.
What?
No way he
No,
had
you
14
guys should
triple
know
doubles.
What?
Yeah, he did.
That's not outrageous.
He's a double king. I just didn't realize he
Yeah,
had that.
that's not outrageous, but I really thought Luka would be second.
I guess not.
How-
All right, Tanner,
It's brutal.
pick your
We should
category.
probably
me go-
can this segment.
Let me go with
Suck.
MLB for 300.
MLB for 300, getting spicy.
It's tough.
What was the world's first baseball stadium made?
When?
Baseball stadium.
No, what
Where?
field was it?
Oh.
Oh, what field? I want to.
It's got a time limit going already.
It's on the screen, 5
I
seconds.
don't think it's Fenway. I'm just gonna say Forbes Field.
Correct!
Yes. Look at that. Where's that? I've never heard of that.
I don't even know.
Where's that?
I believe that was
Don't ask. I don't know.
Cincinnati.
Good call, Tanner. All right, James.
Shoot, he's got 300. So let's go NFL 200.
NFL for 200. Who leads all tight ends in career receiving yards?
I shouldn't get this one wrong. Gronk?
No,
Banner.
Banner. I was first. Come on. Rock, paper, scissors.
You talked first, but Tanner said Banner
Bro,
first.
what?
I'm giving it to Tanner.
That is unreal.
Tony Gonzalez.
It is
Tony
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez is correct.
That's so rigged. We should have done rock, paper, scissors.
You said I know it, and he said Banner. Those are the rules.
I said Banner.
After.
I'm such not a fan of sports. I'm gonna have to become a new fan of
NFL 300.
There you go. Get these points back.
Oh.
Which team has lost the most playoff games in NFL history?
Ooh, that's a good one. Let's see. Well, the Bills went to the Super Bowl 4 straight times and lost all those times, but then they haven't been there in a while. Who else is in the postseason a lot. The Patriots never lose.
5.
I'm gonna go with the Packers.
X.
Really?
Banner.
Tanner?
Dallas Cowboys.
X. Come on, James.
Banner. Who's been there a lot?
5, 3,
Just got
2,
the team.
1.
Patriots.
No.
The
Was it
Minnesota Vikings.
Really?
The Minnesota Vikings.
Really? That's a fun
I was
one.
gonna guess an NFC North team too, but it wasn't gonna be them. So.
All right, Tanner.
Let me go MLB for 200.
MLB.
I don't know ball.
for
It's official.
200.
That one's hard.
What player appeared at 5 different positions in All-Star games?
An All-Star game?
Just one player?
Oh, this has to be recent too, right? All-time utility.
Oh, I know they just did it.
It's not very recent.
Yeah, I would.
Really?
It's not very recent.
What year? Can you give that?
I think
I'm
that's
looking.
fair.
I mean, it's Tanner's question.
60s.
Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
60s?
Yep. No, 80s.
Oh.
Whoa, big difference.
Mixing it up a bit. Mixing it up a bit.
This
5,
one should have been
4,
300.
3.
I don't know.
2.
I can't think of one.
Steal it?
Bander. I should have done Bander.
This was a tough one.
Yeah, I don't know actually. I was still thinking 60s. I don't
All right, first name Pete.
Oh, Pete Rose. No? I almost said Pete Alonso.
Johnny got it. I'll give you 100 for it.
Let's go. Pete Rose playing 5 positions?
Yeah.
Hey,
He's a
all-time
cheater.
hit
It doesn't
leader.
count.
Doesn't
All
count.
facts.
All-time hit leader.
All right, James. I would like to say something real quick. You have not scored a point in trivia so far.
I even have one.
Today's the
And
day.
I'm gonna get my get back.
What's left?
You have NBA 200 and 300 and NFL for 100, MLB for 100.
NBA for 300.
NBA
And I don't even know ball.
NBA for 300.
It's crazy.
Which
I gotta get something.
Which player has started the most games in NBA history with 1,471 starts?
It's a good question, man.
Played a long career.
I can think of him. Point guard. Yeah, point guard.
I'm not answering that.
Point guard. I don't know his name.
5, 4.
I don't even have to count. Somebody
3.
Banner.
Banner. So the person who has the most games played was a center for the Celtics in the 80s with Bird.
Why don't you just say his name?
I don't know
instead
his
of
name. I'm
explaining?
saying his name. And that's why I said all that because I can't remember his name.
Parrish?
It is Parrish. So I'm gonna guess Robert Parrish.
Incorrect.
Ooh.
Tanner?
I was gonna say
Don't think so hard. Don't think so hard.
Kobe Bean Bryant.
It is Karl Malone.
Oh.
Oh. I still would have
Yikes.
thought.
I hate
What's the
this
score?
song.
What's the score right now?
Tanner has 500, Johnny has 100, and James
I needed
has
that
0.
NBA.
Oh, I have 0.
You have 0.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Johnny?
I'll go NBA 200. Is that the one that's left?
NBA 200. There you go.
Ooh,
Okay.
If he gets this wrong and I get it right.
Who won the Most Improved Player award in 2022? That's not last season, but 2 seasons ago.
Okay. I don't know who won it last year. I know Pascal won one within that realm. I just think his was 3 years ago. So 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Not the last season. So 2021, 2022.
Last year was Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
5,
God, it's
4,
It's
3,
not Pascal.
2.
I'll go Pascal.
Incorrect.
He was 3 years ago.
Was it Banner?
Oh,
Yep.
oh no.
Was it?
How am I not getting this?
Take your time.
Was it Shea? Did Kyle Kuzma?
No.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander?
Incorrect. James, I'm going to give you a hint.
Yay, let's go.
There was big controversy because people thought his teammate should have won it.
Oh, I know it now. Holy crap.
You have 5 seconds.
And I'm going to explain it after.
Give me 10.
No.
10, 9,
Holy crap. Don't even say it. I'm going to say it
5, 4, 3.
De'Aaron Fox.
Nope, it was John Morant, and they should have gave it to Desmond Bain. John Morant actually gave him the trophy after.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
All
First of all,
right.
I'm going to say this right now. No top
This is
3
the last time we're doing this segment.
picks, no top 3 picks should ever win most improved. Just
That's
saying
stupid.
that. No. That's what you should be.
All right,
Especially
guys.
if you're going from 17 to... Okay, never mind.
We have one more question. Johnny has sealed up the victory, but you know what? This
Tanner
question
Tanner
is...
has.
Tanner.
Oh, Tanner has facts. But this question is worth 600 points because
Let's
Yes.
go.
MLB for 100 is now worth 600
But
points.
you-
Wait,
And it's
Let's get it.
James's question.
wait, no, we still have an NFL?
Oh, it's
Oh, we do!
Never mind. We're still
Wait,
no.
but this is for 600?
No.
They're both for 600.
All
Alright,
right, MLB for 100.
No, it's on Tanner. It's on Tanner.
Alright, give me the MLB.
MLB for 600.
If I steal and get the other one, then
God,
I'm going to
this
get
is
1200.
so easy.
Do it for 100 though. We're reversing the rules.
Paws. Yeah, this is worth 100.
Yes.
Paws are the mascot for which team in the MLB?
Sorry, say that again?
Paws is the mascot for which team
It's
in
the
the
Rays.
MLB?
It's the Rays.
Pause.
Stingrays.
Paws.
What?
Paws.
Oh, I know it.
Who has pause?
It's not your turn.
Come on.
Pause.
Who like
Pause?
Paws.
I got it.
Five.
The
Four.
Tigers.
The Tigers is
Yeah,
correct.
yes.
Tanner now has 600 points.
Alright, I can
James
win
has
right
0 and Johnny has 100. This question is worth 1,000
It's
points.
mine.
Let's go. Yep.
Yep.
Better go
and
home.
it's on James. Worth 1,000 points.
Come on, give me that.
Who holds the single season rushing yards record in the NFL?
Single season. I know it.
Deion Sanders.
Nope. Banner.
Banner.
Single. So not all career, just one season.
One single
Eric
season.
Dickerson.
Correct. Johnny wins. Sorry.
Because
Tanner.
Adrian Peterson in 2012 was like 8
Deion
yards
Sanders even
short.
play running
Here,
back?
Tanner can still win. Tanner
Alright,
won. He got 3
Who
right.
won last week?
I did.
I did.
Alright, Johnny and Tanner both have a win. James has nothing.
How about that Eric Dickerson
Deion
pull?
Sanders.
Deion Sanders is insane. He said running back.
I know.
Oh my God, James.
I don't know
didn't
how.
really process that. What was going through your mind when you said Deion?
I was thinking of somebody else, but we don't have to talk about it.
What
Hey,
position
who
did
wins,
Deion
Tanner?
Sanders play?
Thank you.
Clap it up for Tanner.
Okay, now we're gonna go into legendary and shambles till we get in, before we get out of here.
I'm in shambles.
Yeah, James is in shambles. Not allowed to pick James. Let's go shambles first. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go with Quentin Johnson, the receiver for the Chargers, who dropped the ball that would have put him in field goal range. He was a first-round pick out of TCU. He's been very underwhelming so far this year.
Okay. Me. Awesome. Shambles. The Bears. Matt Eberflus. I don't care. You got to win the football game. I don't care if we win 2 or 3 games. I just want to watch the Bears win a football game. It's not that hard. So yeah. Tanner, did I take
I also had the same thing. I'm gonna go with the Seattle Seahawks. Losing that game against the Rams. Missing a field goal. I just think the way they lost it. Like that was a makeable field goal. You missed it, and you lost. You're now 6-4. I'm gonna go legendary. I'm not gonna go with the Missouri kicker. I'm going with College Hoops Feast Week. Can't wait to watch college basketball this week. It's always great. There's tournaments on all week, Monday through Saturday. Good games. Let's enjoy Feast Week.
Awesome.
Yeah. My legendary is. Dun, 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 dun. Ludwig Ahlberg, golfer. You guys don't know, but I'm just gonna say it. 29 under par this weekend for 4 days.
All right, we'll put golf in the next trivia. Maybe you'll get one.
No, probably not. I'd probably say like most
Sanders.
wins all time. I'll probably say like
Deion Sanders.
Travis Kelce or something. Yeah, so Ludwig Ahlberg, I think he's from Sweden. So I definitely butchered his name. Sorry, but yeah, 29 under par, pretty incredible.
My legendary is Caitlin Clark. She earlier end of last week, most 30-point games in women's Division I history. Caitlin Clark gets me to a TV. There is rarely any other athletes that get me to a TV. Caitlin Clark gets me to a TV, and unless it's a Gator game or like LeBron James in the playoffs. Very few athletes like, wow, I'm gonna go watch this. Caitlin Clark gets me to a TV. That's all we got for this episode. Tanner, you got one more thing?
I have a hot take
What's your hot take?
and prediction. Today is November 20th, and within the next 14 days, Shohei Ohtani will be a Chicago Cub
That'll be fun.
by
That'll be
December
fun.
4th.
That'll be fun.
Got it.
Anyway, after that hot take, thank you guys so
Deion
much for
Sanders is
watching.
one of the best running backs.
Yeah,
in
thank you guys
NFL
so much for
history.
watching. I'm very thankful for you guys.
Yes.
Have a happy Thanksgiving,
Happy
everyone.
Thanksgiving.
Have a fun time with your family, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Good night.